The unparalleled importance of consistency. So Michael Jordan, you would expect, because he was so insane at basketball, you would expect him to like always have been good, right? He was just like really gifted and just always great. But in sophomore year of his like basketball career, he got cut from the varsity basketball team. So he was like, you wouldn't expect that, right? Because he's like insane. But anyways, his coach says, because he recognizes his talent, he says, okay, meet me after practice every single day for the whole year, and I promise you that you'll be able to be on varsity next year. And so he does that, and he develops that consistency. He puts in the work, and he falls in love with it. And obviously, we all know what happens after that. So the things that I've been best at in life have been the things that I have been consistent towards. It's not necessarily the things I'm talented at, though those are like helpful, but mainly it's what I put the most time into and what I'm most persistent at. So like school, for example, I go to good school now and stuff like that, and that's just because I've put a lot of time into school over the years. Social skills, like being able to talk to people randomly, that's just because I've put a lot of time like cold approaching girls randomly, or like fucking just speaking more and all that stuff. Or lifting, like I wouldn't say I'm not like genetically gifted at lifting, like at least like baseline to start. I was like 118 or something like that. It's just because I put a lot of time into it, that I'm getting results from it. So there's a few problems with not being consistent, which you could probably guess. One is being afraid to fail is natural, but it just completely ruins you. Like it's terrible. Like it's why you keep losing, basically. Being afraid to fail is like normal for us. I don't know. It's like at some point we just get programmed, like societal conditioning or something like that, that it's bad to fail. Like if you look at a kid, when they're like learning how to walk or whatever, the kid just keeps learning, keeps like getting up and falling like 100 times, 1,000 times, and then they finally get it. But for some reason, like we learn that failing is bad, and so we try to avoid it in the future. But we want to like have the same mindset of a kid, of like you're just having fun with it, and like you're kind of doing your best, and then you fail and you don't even care, because like you see failing, not that they really think about it because they, you're a kid, but you want to see failure as like a stepping stone, basically, and you need it like on the way to success. So you will also never get momentum or like the compound effect, like the insane growth, the exponential growth, if you never put in the work, because like it happens, it's called the compound effect for a while, for a reason. Like if you put in a little bit for a long time, you get something big later. It's not like in the beginning it's almost like not noticeable at all. And the hardest part is like before that time. It's when you're developing the habit. And if you never develop the habit and you never like actually do that and develop the habit to be consistent, then you're never gonna get the like exponential growth, and you're just gonna be like stuck there in complacency and being average, which sucks. So yeah, consistency is also everything you need for success. Literally pretty much everything you need, because everything can be broken down to action and taking action towards the things you want. The person who takes action towards the things that they want is the person that eventually gets success. The person who's just like thinking about it or like planning about doing something, or just like, they're not really into it. Like the people who actually take action actually have success long term. And that's been the things in my life, not the things I've thought about the most or the things I've planned the most. It's just what action have I taken is what I get. And persistence, like in studies and stuff like that, persistence leads to fulfillment in life, even over other things that you might expect, like intelligence or things like that. The things that matter, no matter what happens, is just persistence. Keep going, like you keep moving forward, basically. So the solution to not being consistent is very simple. There's like three things. The first one is to have like identify basically what you want to do. What do you want to do? Like we could take the basketball example, or like acting, or going to the gym or whatever. So basically, let's just take the gym because it's like easy, everyone understands that example. So okay, we first have to identify the habit we want to be consistent in. So that could be like going to the gym and then like tracking calories, okay? So you go to the gym once a day, maybe you do cardio or lifting, and then you track your calories on like MyFitnessPal. Okay, so these are the habits, and then you have to go through like find a time in your day that you can do it every single day. So for me, it's like, oh, I wake up, do a bit of my morning routine, then go to the gym, and then track calories would be like while you're eating food throughout the day. So those are like kind of like implementation intentions. So you have a time and a place and then like an action all together so that you can like actually do it. Otherwise you just kind of like say, I'm gonna do this today, and then you just like don't do it because you don't really know what you're doing, you don't know when you're doing it, like you barely, it's not gonna work. After that, we need to get you to actually want to do it. So if you get to the point where it's 8 a.m. and you're said, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym at 8 a.m. and you don't really have a reason to do it, then you're just gonna not do it. Like, because like you don't care. Why would you not? Like, why would you? You know what I mean? What you have to develop for yourself, you can write this down, which is helpful, or you can just think about it, is have an emotionally compelling reason. So for me, for lifting, and I think for a lot of guys, whether they like are willing to divulge it or like accept it, is lifting is like a very clear A to Z for getting girls. So it's like, if you are unattractive and unhappy with how you look, lifting is like the step to being attractive and confident with yourself and getting girls. That's how I saw it. So it's like, that was one of the main things that helped me like become motivated and start going to the gym, is literally just that like I wanted to sleep with girls and like I couldn't because I was like, I don't know. I think a lot of that is confidence and stuff, but it does definitely help to be much more like attractive and muscular, and like following your purpose and all that. But yeah, anyways, so you need an emotionally compelling reason. So for me, that would be, or like when I was trying to develop the gym habit, it would be like, okay, I don't want to be lonely and I don't want to get no girls. I don't want to be like a pussyless fool. So that's like the pain I'm running from, because people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. And then the pleasure would be like being confident in myself, not being skinny, being muscular, being, you know, like I just always thought like, oh, I'd be fire if I was like 190, like that'd be sick, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And then yeah, and then like, oh, getting girls also, that's like a big motivator. So like status, I guess, and sex is like good motivators for people. So yeah, I would recommend writing that down and reviewing it every day. But if you have like a pretty intrinsic like understanding of your emotionally compelling reason and your reason for doing that, then you should be fine. Like I never wrote that stuff down for the gym. It was just like so intrinsically like so like understood for me that I just didn't even have to do that. So the third thing is it's very similar, but it's a penalty quest. It's similar to it's similar to the emotionally compelling reason a little bit, because you're instilling fear, I guess, or like something you're running away from. But in this case, it's something like a habit. So basically, if you don't do your habit, let's say that's going to the gym and tracking calories, then you instill for yourself something called a penalty quest. You could think of it as just like a consequence, right? Because in life, there are very clear consequences to our actions, but in the present day, you don't really get those. Like you could imagine in like, I don't know, when we were like cavemen, right? If you were like, oh no, I'm not gonna hunt today because I'm tired and I don't want to, okay? You're fucked. Like you're fucked. You have no food, your fucking kids are dying, you're screwed, like almost instantly, okay? Versus now it's like, oh, okay, I don't want to work on myself. You're fine. Like, I don't want to pursue my goals. Okay, doesn't matter. Like, you're still safe. It doesn't like, you're safe. You have like food. You know. But over the long term, obviously, we know that just like makes your life just dog shit. So what we need to do is instill those consequences that we used to have in the past now. And the way to do that is through a penalty quest. So this is such a broken framework. Like if you get these 3 things, it's just fucking over. Like literally, you just can't lose. It's like I can't even explain it. You just have to do it. But anyways, so a penalty quest is if I don't do these 2 habits, right? Whatever habits you do. For me, I usually do like six habits per day, and then if I don't do that, penalty quest. The things you can do for a penalty quest is something you hate doing, right? Something you really like, just like you would rather do the other shit. So like, it has to be a lot worse. For me, I fucking hate running. I hate it. Like, it's just, I don't like, it like hurts sometimes my knees. Like I don't have the right shoes for it. Like I just, it's so like strenuous, and it's like, I fucking hate running. I don't know. It just completely sucks, right? So for me, it's like, I have to run a mile, and that's worked for me. Because it's like, I'll be sitting there, oh, do I really want to journal today? No, I don't, but I would really not want to run a mile. So then, like, you have to find the thing that works for you. Because if it's like, oh, I fucking have to do a push-up, like, then you're just gonna not care. It has to be like at least bad enough. So you like, yeah. Other things I've heard are kind of like extremes. I don't know if you'd really want to do this. I'm not sure if I'd condone this, but like you could. Is getting like liver punched. So it's like I haven't been liver punched. The way I've been explained to me is that it's a very like uncomfortable feeling, which I guess you'd probably expect, or like getting the wind knocked out of you, like punched in the solar plexus. That would be a fairly good motivator, I think, for most people, not getting fucking punched. So you could like organize it with your friend if you want to. Another thing could be eating like a ghost pepper, a habanero pepper, which makes sense, like, because that just completely sucks. It's literally just like pain, like just pure pain that you're giving yourself. And then the other thing could be, giving your friends like $20 or whatever every day if you don't do the habit. So it's like something that frustrates you. Because my friend, I'm in my friend's room, and he's trying to do something. I don't want to like bring him up, but like he's doing something where he's trying to stop a habit, and every time he fails, he has to give his friend $20. So he's like motivated for it, and that's finally working for him. And I think that will help you a lot. So anyways, emotionally compelling reason, routine or habits, and penalty quest. And that, if you get those things and you actually do it, like, you just can't lose. Basically, you just like, yeah, it's over. So yeah, have a good one. Peace.